are what can be discovered in nature in native form and relatively simple to mind. Aristotle theorized that everything is made up of a mixture of one or four elements. They are earth, air, water, and fire. This is much like the four states of matter: the solid, liquid, gas, and plasma. He also theorized that they change into a new substance to form what we see.
Ran by the bankrupt German merchant who was trying to discover the philosopher's stone, a mythical object that was supposed to turn inexpensive base metal into gold. He experimented with distilling human urine until in 1649 he finally obtained a glowing white substance which he named phosphorus. He kept his discovery secret until 1680 when Robert Boyle discovered it and it became public. By 1869, a total of 63 elements had been discovered. As the number of known elements grew, scientists began to recognize patterns in the way chemicals reacted and began to devise ways to classify the elements.
Nicolas Champenois, a French geologist, was the first person to notice the periodicity of the elements. Similar elements seem to occur at regular intervals when they are ordered by the atomic weight. He devised an early form of periodic table which he called the telluric helix, with the elements arranged in a spiral on a cylinder by order of increasing atomic weight. Alexander saw that elements with similar properties lined up vertically. His chart included some ions and compounds in addition of elements. His paper went until the work of 10 at a time into 11 groups which were based on similar physical properties. Newlands noted that many pairs of similar elements existed which differed by some multiple of 8 in atomic weight.
In 1940, Henry Maxwell found a relationship between an element's X-ray wavelength and its atomic number, and therefore sequenced the table in electronic change rather than atomic weight. According to this discovery, atomic numbers were just sequential numbers based on an element's atomic number. Maxwell's discovery showed that atomic numbers had an experimentally measurable weight. Maxwell's research also showed that there were gaps in his table at atomic numbers 43 and 61, which are now known to be technetium and promethium, respectively, both radioactive and not naturally occurring. Following in the footsteps of Dmitri Mendeleev, Henry Moseley also predicted new elements. Dmitri Ivanovich Mendeleev, also known as Dmitri Mendeleev, a Siberian-born Russian chemist, was the first scientist to make a periodic table much like the one we use today. Mendeleev arranged the elements in a table ordered by atomic mass. It's sometimes said that he played chemical solitaire on long train rides using cards with various facts of known elements. On March 6, 1869, a formal presentation was made by the Russian Chemical Society entitled The Dependence Between the Properties of the Atomic Weights of the Elements. His table was published in an obscure Russian journal but quickly republished in a German journal in 1869.
During his Manhattan Project in 1943, Glenn P. Seaborg experienced unexpected difficulty isolating americium and cerium. He began wondering if these elements more properly belonged to different theories which would explain why the expected chemical properties of the new elements were different. In 1945, he went against the advice of colleagues and proposed a significant change to Mendeleev's table, the actinoid series, which is previously called the actinide series. Seaborg's actinide concept was heavy element and atomic structure, predicting that the actinides from a transition series analog to the rare earth series of lanthanide elements is now well accepted in the scientific community and included in all standard configurations of the periodic table. In these actinide series are reflect elements 122 to 163.
The main values of the periodic table is the ability to predict the chemical properties and an element on its location on the table. It should be noted that properties vary differently when moving vertically along the columns of the table than when moving horizontally.
A group is a vertical column in a periodic table of the elements. groups are considered the most important method of classifying the elements. In some groups, the elements are very similar properties and exhibit a clear trend in properties down the group. These tend to be the given trivial name, namely, the group 1A alkali metals, the group 2A alkali earth metals, the group 3A boron group, the group 4A carbon, the group 5A nitrogen, the group 6A chalcogen, and the group 7A halogens are called typical elements. Transitional elements. The group 1B coinage metal, the group 2B volatile metals, the group 3B scandium group, the group 4B titanium group, the group 5B vanadium group, the group 6B chromium, group 7B magnesium, and the group 8B the three thrions. A period is a horizontal row in the periodic table of the elements. Although groups are the most common ways of classifying elements, there are some regions of the periodic table when the horizontal trend and similarities in properties are more significant than vertical group trends. This can be true in the B block for transitional metals and especially for the F block where the lanthanide.
Modern quantum mechanical theories of atomic structure explain group trends by proposing that elements within the same group have the same electron configurations in their valence shell, which is the most important factor in accounting for their similar properties. Elements in the same group also show patterns in their atomic weights, ionization energy, and electronegativity. From top to bottom in a group, the atomic radii of the elements increase since there are more field energy levels. Electrons are found farther from the nucleus. From the top, each constitutive element has a lower ionization energy because it is easier to remove an electron since the atoms are less tightly bound. Similarly, a group will also see a top to bottom decrease in electronegativity due to an increasing distance between.
Periodic trend for ionization
Of the lanthanides and the actinides are even more similar to each other than the transition metals, and separating a mixture of these can be very difficult. This is important in the chemical purification of uranium concerning nuclear power.
Transition metals. For the transition metals, groups 3 to 12 and horizontal trends across periods are often important as well as vertical trends down groups. The difference between groups adjacent are usually not dramatic. Transition metal reactions often involve coordinated species.
This song is an element song, okay? Here. There's antimony, arsenic, aluminum, selenium, and hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, uranium, iron, magnesium, uranium, plutonium, lithium, potassium, and lahat ng mga sinasakit ng radium, gold, copper, aluminum, gallium, Actinium, rubidium, boron, gadolinium, niobium, iridium, strontium, silicon, silver, samarium, bismuth, bromine, lithium, beryllium, and barium. Chromium, helium, hafnium, erbium, phosphorus, francium, chlorine, and terbium. Manganese, mercury, iridium, magnesium, dysprosium, scandium, selenium, and cesium. And lead, praseodymium, platinum, plutonium, palladium, potassium, plutonium, and titanium, titanium, tellurium, and cadmium, calcium, and chromium. Resolve kalipan ng puritium and also mandelibium and strontium, nobelium and agrupan ng regions and zinc and rhodium and chlorine, carbon, cobalt, copper, tungsten and sodium. Hasta la vista, baby.